Good morning, I'm Roy Robertson. This is San Diego Made, San Diego Proud, where we present the organizations dedicated to improving the lives of people in America's finest city. Today we welcome Chris Conlon from the County of San Diego Environmental Health Department Vector Control Program for an important discussion about your health and well-being as it relates to mosquito bites, the risk of contracting diseases such as West Nile virus and the Zika virus, and action you can take to help protect yourself during mosquito season. Chris, it's all about awareness and protection, but let's talk about some of the factors that might make this season a little bit more problematic.
Well, we've got a lot of things going on that might make the season a little bit. It's been sort of average compared to most years so far, but unfortunately we do have a new type of mosquito in town called Aedes aegypti, which has the potential to transmit some illnesses like dengue and Zika virus that nobody really wants to get. So
okay, and you said this mosquito specifically might be more prevalent in certain areas of town. So let's talk about that, the areas that are at risk and what homeowners need to know about.
Yeah, we first saw this mosquito show up in town at the end of 2014, and now we're seeing it spreading quite rapidly. If you live along the Interstate 8 corridor or south, as well as a few pockets in the North County, like around Escondido and Vista, we're seeing it there as well.
Now, this is the ongoing battle for you every year, is to determine where are the breeding sources that people need to keep clean and keep themselves mosquito-free. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, and this mosquito is an unusually large challenge for that, and that it doesn't breed in the lakes, rivers, and streams like many of our other local mosquitoes do. Right. This one likes to breed in small containers like those that may be found in people's backyards. Now,
when do we know if this is more than just a bite, and when are we at risk of something more developing? What are some of the early signs that you might see?
Well, again, you don't always know that until you've gone to your healthcare provider.
Right.
I mean, some of these vector-borne illnesses don't even have symptoms in those that are somewhat immune to them. Others may show symptoms, and you'll have to go to see your doctor, and then they will do an evaluation to determine whether or not you might have one.
Okay, so let's talk about the risk of Zika virus. Obviously got a lot of publicity about this time last year, maybe a little bit less now in the forefront of our consciousness, but still a big issue.
It's still out there, yeah, and it's still a potential risk here because we do have travelers that are returning from places that they've been to where Zika virus is still being transmitted. And if one of those travelers comes back while they're still infected, they then now have that potential to transmit that illness to one of our local mosquitoes, which could then bite somebody else.
So there are local cases, but travel really is still the determining risk factor. And what do we need to protect about when we're on the road traveling?
Well, obviously, the first thing you want to do is double check before you go. Go on to the CDC website or wherever you can get that information and find out if there's Zika in that area.
Yeah.
And if so, you're going to want to make sure you take precautions like putting on mosquito repellent, maybe wearing some longer sleeved clothing if possible to try to prevent from getting bitten while you're there.
Okay, we want to direct people to the website sdfightthebite.com. That's where you get all the information about how it is that you need to deal with the mosquito threat. And County of San Diego has also produced a little promotional video that we should show you too that'll give you some more information.
The fight against mosquito-borne illnesses, including West Nile virus and Zika, starts with you. Prevent mosquitoes from breeding by dumping out standing water. Protect yourself from mosquitoes with repellent and proper clothing. sdfightthebite.com.
So it's prevent, protect, and